You already know what it is. It's your boy Laid Back with another reaction, another review, another episode. Hey, scary TikToks. You up to bat. Bow. It's your boy Laid Back. Welcome back to my channel. Hey, two things we gotta do. You gotta hit that subscribe button. I'm drinking this water, man. You already know what it is. The kids to be free in 2023. Kids to be free in 2023. Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you hit the notification bell. Stay up to date with all the videos. Back with another reaction. We got scary and creepy TikToks, and you already know what's up. It's gonna get creepy, man. Let's go ahead and get into it. I ain't gonna hold you up. Fire Squad, what's poppin'? Let's get it. Damn.
Did you know that A Nightmare on Elm Street was based on a true story? In the 1980s, refugees were coming to America for better life. One of these refugees was young Lang Thao. He moved to Portland, Oregon with his wife and his 8 children. One night he was watching TV with his uncle when finally he went to bed, and that's when it got pretty weird. His wife woke up to the sound of him having some serious problems breathing, and it seemed like he was in a lot of distress. She quickly tried to wake up her husband, but very soon realized that he was never going to wake up again.
What?
However, his death led to a federal investigation that to this day has never been solved. Her husband, who had only been 47 at the time and extremely healthy, had died in his sleep. They later did an autopsy, and the cause of death could not be determined. But Young wasn't the only one. Within the span of 1 year, 4 Laotian refugees all died mysteriously in their sleep. As authorities tried to investigate what was happening, they found some really disturbing things. Authorities quickly discovered that in Minnesota, more refugees had quickly, mysteriously, and without any cause, died in their sleep. All of them were young men, all of them were relatively healthy, and this brought the total up to 13. And when authorities investigated further, they found even more. Authorities couldn't figure out what was killing these young men, but it seemed that every single one of them died while having a nightmare. And one of these was even a young boy. This young boy had been having nightmares for quite a while and even told his parents about it. This young boy told his parents of a nightmare where this man was chasing him and trying to get him. He was so terrified he would try to stay awake for days at a time.
Whoa.
Extremely worried about him, his parents tried to urge him to go to sleep and that the nightmares were just that, nightmares. And one night, the boy finally fell asleep, much to his parents' relief. However, that same night, his parents heard screaming coming from his room in the middle of the night and quickly rushed to his aid. But by the time they got there, it was already too late. This happened to so many men that federal employees got involved and they led a thorough investigation. But even though these cases kept on happening,
more than 100 Southeast Asian immigrants died from mysterious disorder? What?
They had no answers. And to this day, none of those deaths have ever been solved.
Wow.
And those are the stories that gave Wes Craven the idea for A Nightmare on Elm Street and the spooky thing that would chase them in their dreams, Freddy Krueger.
Wow.
As if A Nightmare on Elm Street wasn't spooky enough, these stories will make you never...
Skinwalkers caught on camera.
Skinwalkers. That's a skinwalker?
How is it standing like that?
No way. His posture better than mine.
We are actually living in 1726. In 1991, a German historian by the name of Hermann Illig proposed a theory called phantom time hypothesis, suggesting that the years 814 through 911 AD never happened. Well, you see, Illig claimed that these years were actually made up by the Holy Roman Emperor Otto III, Pope Sylvester II, and Byzantine Emperor Constantine VII by altering documentation and converting the Gregorian calendar in order to fast forward time to the sacred year 1000 AD, as Otto's ruling that starts on the millennial year 1000 AD would sound much better and be more legitimate. This theory is further backed up, as while there are written documents, there seem to be a lot of missing artifacts from those...
I ain't gonna lie, people back in the day and even now, they misconstrue history. You see it, especially in America. They trying to take certain things out of the schools, teaching certain things out of the schools. That wouldn't be something I put past these people. Like he said, it sounded better. If you got the power to alter history to conveniently fit your narrative, I'm just saying.
297 years. Looking at the example of how Tartaria was written out of existence, it seems like it really wouldn't be that hard for the elites of the world to rewrite history.
This might be the quickest somebody has ever gotten famous. Bobby Alouf is the host of the Really Good podcast, and as you've probably seen, it's gone extremely viral. And completely out of the blue, she has interviewed some of the most famous people on the planet. Like, for example, Drake, Mark Cuban, which is just honestly insane, and even Tyga. But by doing this, it created a massive conspiracy surrounding her. And the crazy thing is, she is actually feeding into it. Everybody is saying she's an industry plant, and many people believe it. But just watch this recent clip from her podcast, and let me know what you think. Is this the truth hidden in plain sight, or is she just playing into it?
Industry plan.
So what happened was I was at home like a few months ago, and I was just sitting there, and I got a call, and then I also got a knock at the door at the same time, and they were like, hello, we're the industry. And I was like, what does that mean? And they were like, you can't ask any questions. And I was like, okay. And they were like, you're gonna blow up, you just have to follow our lead and give us 78% of your money that you make from this.
Wow.
Very fair offer. And then they also said that I had to have
Very fair offer, 75% for them.
Yeah, because I wasn't making that much before.
Okay.
So it's like they're entitled to it. And I didn't ask any questions. They just said, you have to give us the next child you have.
Whoa. The next child. I was going to ask y'all, do y'all believe this? The next child you have? What?
So
that's like Illuminati thing.
kind of, but it's the industry instead.
A new COVID-19 is at our doorstep. This latest revelation will shock you. The new threat comes in the form of an unknown virus, deadlier and more contagious than anything we've experienced before. If confirmed, we might be facing another period of global confinement, or even something far worse. The director of the World Health Organization has urged countries worldwide to prepare for the next pandemic, warning that future health emergencies could be even more severe than the COVID-19 pandemic. During a meeting at the World Health Organization in Geneva, he stated that COVID still poses a threat, but it's not the only one we might be up against. He also highlighted the danger of another emerging variant that could trigger new waves of the disease and deaths, as well as another virus with even deadlier potential, capable of decimating a significant portion of the planet's population. This announcement is deeply unsettling, especially after these years of restrictions. One thing is certain, we'll need to show resilience in the years to come.
Morbid Facts, Part 365. In September of 2008, Blink-182 drummer Travis Barker survived a plane crash that killed 4 out of the 6 people on board. He suffered third-degree burns over 65% of his body and underwent 16 surgeries over an 11-week span. Travis was in so much pain that he repeatedly called friends and offered them over $1 million to help him end his own life. A prion disease called Kuru can be contracted when a human consumes another human's brain. It was typically found in cannibals from New Guinea who would consume the brains of their dead relatives as part of a funerary ritual. The fatal disease would slowly form holes in the victims' brains and cause them to laugh uncontrollably. In 2016, a Texas father drove home and went to sleep, forgetting that his 6-month-old daughter was still strapped to her car seat. Hours later, he found her unresponsive in the blistering hot car. Before attempting CPR and calling 911, he brought her inside and placed her in the refrigerator to try and revive her. But the child had likely died hours earlier, and the man was charged with manslaughter. Morbid Facts, Part 112. Queen Elizabeth had 2 first cousins named Nerissa and Catherine Leon who were both severely disabled. Nerissa was publicly pronounced dead in 1940, while her sister Catherine was said to have died in 1961. But it was later revealed that they were tucked away in a mental asylum without any visits from the royal family until their true deaths in 1986 and 2014. Heart Attack Grill is a restaurant in Las Vegas where people over 350 pounds eat for free.
I seen that. I don't know where I seen that at, but I seen that. They actually let people that's over 3. I seen that. That's crazy.
The only vegan option on the menu is cigarettes, and 3 people have died from heart attacks while eating there. One of the minor actors in The Exorcist went on to become an actual serial killer. Paul Bateson, who plays a nurse in the film, eventually confessed to the killing and dismembering of 6 gay men throughout the late 1970s. He was released from prison in 2004. After his mother died in 2013, Arizona man Jim Stauffer donated her body for scientific research. He later found out that her corpse was was sold to the U.S. military for $6,000 and then blown up at a bomb.
Here's facts about tigers.
What? He sold his mom for science research and they... No, he didn't. Oh, let's go back. He didn't sell her. He donated her.
Confessed to the killing and dismembering of 6 gay men throughout the late 1970s. He was released from prison in 2004. After his mother died in 2013, Arizona man Jim Stauffer donated her body for scientific research. He later found out that her corpse was sold to the U.S. military for $6,000 and then blown up at a bomb.
Here's facts about tigers I hope keeps you up at night. According to researchers, tiger roars can have a paralyzing effect since they can also produce a low-frequency infrasound that we can't hear but can feel through vibration. Which means you can feel the roar, you just can't hear it or where it's coming from, and the brief moment of confusion this causes is all the time they need to take you off the senses.
Wow.
Some tigers will imitate the sound of their prey like sandbar deer and black bear in order to get their guard down. Full disclosure, I don't know how true this part is, but I've even read reports of Amur tigers imitating the mating call of female black bears in order to catch a male slipping. A literal catfish. In areas known for tiger attacks, people started wearing backward masks in order to convince the tigers that they lost the element of surprise since, you know, they're ambush hunters. But apparently the tigers realized it was a bluff because tiger attacks in those same areas have been on the rise. In the 1900s, a female tiger was severely injured by a hunter and couldn't hunt her normal prey, so she went on to murk 436 people. She was even smart enough to avoid the hunters that went after her for weeks, all while catching new bodies left and right. There's more tigers in the United States than in the wild in the rest of the world combined, and the second largest population of tigers in the world is in Texas. Wow. You know.
Lizard people are indeed real and control everything. It is said that shape-shifting lizard people have been on Earth.
Now, this is a topic right here. Shape-shifting lizard people. What do you think in the comments? I done heard about this shit before. Let's see what they're talking about.
Earth since ancient times, originating from the Alpha Draconis star system. They have worked behind the scenes and in the shadows, slowly climbing to the top with one goal: total global domination. Conspiracy theorists claim that they have successfully achieved this by infiltrating world governments, controlling everything from media to finances. Many pieces of evidence have been put forward, showing these lizard people disguised as celebrities or country leaders, revealing strange eye movements and unexplained behaviors. The most frightening part is that we can't distinguish truth from fiction. And if the most influential personalities in the world are not who they claim to be, who knows what they can actually do and why they do it. Some conspiracy theorists claim that Elon Musk is actually a lizard person. And why is he obsessed with going to Mars? Because going to Mars would actually be a way for him to join his own kind on another planet.
This is the most dangerous book in the world. The book is called Al-Azif. It talks about black magic in the ancient civilizations that used to live on Earth millions of years ago before humans ever existed.
I ain't never heard of this.
And they were satanic civilizations, meaning that before humans, there were jinns living on Earth, which is mentioned in the Quran that jinns used to live before Adam and Eve. This book tells you about those satanic civilizations, and what's even more scary and dangerous is that the book tells you how to communicate with these creatures, which is just disturbing. And it is known that the average age of the jinn is 5,000 years.
Damn.
All the copies of the Al-Azif in the world, and many of them translated in different languages, were burned completely, and there is only one copy of this book on Earth, and it's located in the Vatican Library. And nobody can reach this copy without a specific and secret permit. The author of the Al-Azif is Abdullah al-Adrad. He was a Yemeni poet and was born in 685, and passed away in 735. All the people around him called him the crazy poet or the crazy era man. And apparently he used the magic from the jinns he learned in the book in a very bad way. And he was then punished with a terrible punishment by the jinns. They sent a creature that cut off his private parts and took the rest of his body and immediately disappeared. So I don't know about you, but I never want to read this book.
Hell no, I ain't never heard of it. That's some crazy shit.
The zombie apocalypse is on the horizon. Scientists have managed to resurrect a 48,000-year-old zombie virus found frozen deep in the Siberian tundra.
Why the fuck would you want to do that? What the fuck? What do scientists be thinking about? This shit, I don't know.
Hold on. No person in the comments will have 0 likes. The goal of the experiment was to closely study how this ancient virus functioned. However, the research unveiled an even more unsettling truth. In their analysis, scientists discovered at least 13 other viruses of a similar nature trapped in the ice. These findings have set off alarm bells within the scientific community. Experts are sounding the alarm, warning that Earth's rising temperatures might be a double-edged sword. Guess what? Write tomorrow and your phone will tell you what you're going to do tomorrow. On one hand, it could release these viruses from their icy prison, allowing them to spread into the atmosphere. On the other, and perhaps even more concerning, these viruses could be revived and used as bioweapons for malevolent purposes. Breaking news, only 3% of people get it right. I dare you to type your name with your phone upside down. In our modern era, characterized by a relentless race for power, the idea that these viruses could be employed for nefarious ends isn't unwarranted.
I ain't trying none of that shit. You can try it in the comments and let me know.
What secrets did the ancient Sumerians hold? Over 6 millennia ago, the enigmatic Sumerian civilization had intricate maps of our solar system, crafted meticulously on clay. These preserved illustrations indicate their awareness that the sun was central to our solar system with planets orbiting around it, and they even managed to depict the planetary orbits with precision. What's more, some of their artwork showcases peculiar figures of colossal beings, which the Sumerians revered as gods. Intriguingly, certain depictions of these deities carry symbols that strikingly resemble sequences of human DNA. They also showcased symbols tied to medicine, which remarkably parallel modern medical symbols. It remains a conundrum how the earliest known human civilization had such advanced astronomical insights. This beckons a reconsideration. Perhaps the Sumerians weren't primitive, but instead had a depth of knowledge that we have yet to fully comprehend. This leads to the age-old...
I ain't gonna lie, I agree with some of that stuff. I think people be thinking like the people back in the day didn't know a lot. They know a lot. Like they said, they put it in the hieroglyphics, hieroglyphics is how you say it. So they knew a lot more than we thought they knew. They was a lot more advanced than we think they was.
Question.
This sick and twisted movie is based on an even more disturbing true crime case. For those of you who are new here, I'm Ray, and I have a long list of disturbing horror movies to share with you guys. Girl in the Basement is the story of a girl who was locked in a hidden basement vault by her father and abused for decades. It's based on the true story of Elizabeth Fritzl, who was held captive by her father. It's a really disturbing watch, and to know it really happened makes it worse. It's a Lifetime movie, so it's a little surface level, and the rating isn't the best. Overall, I'm not sure they did her story justice, but it's still messed up. It's available to watch on Hulu or Lifetime, so let me know what you think.
3 of the most secure prisons in the world where escape is impossible. The last one will shock you. Number 3, Fuchu Prison. If you attempt to escape from this Japanese prison, you'll face 2 months of solitary confinement as retaliation. Moreover, all chances of escaping are nullified by motion detectors and other security systems. The threat of isolation in a cell discourages inmates from trying to escape, and in case of repeat offenses, they end up without a bed at sea. Number 2, Black Dolphin Prison. This Russian prison is widely considered the most dreaded facility in Russia. It houses some of the worst Russian criminals and subjects them to inhumane conditions. Inmates are paired up and must share a tiny cell. Each criminal serves a life sentence there. Number 1, Alcatraz. This famous prison was situated on an island, earning it the nickname The Rock. The prison was so isolated from the rest of the world that no inmate managed to escape from it. It housed just under 300 criminals, the most dangerous ones in all of America. But there is another prison even worse, surpassing all human reasoning with its cruelty. Do you want a part 2?
Wow.
What if I told you that those pseudo-archaeology videos you've been watching on YouTube about how the pyramids in Egypt were built were actually right all along? Let me show you something which will blow your mind.
What?
If sound can levitate objects in this way, what else can it do?
Wow.
Using sound vibrations to oscillate this copper tube attachment, fixed in place by a wooden block, it can cut directly through granite, but that doesn't explain how they moved those huge 80-ton blocks you say.
This might just be one of the freakiest videos that I've ever seen.
Go lie down. It's okay. Lie down. Stay.
Just opening doors.
Been doing this all morning and I don't have time for this today. Stop. Hey buddy. I got too much going on. You gotta cut it out.
Who was he talking to?
Oh, shit. Okay.
Who was he talking to?
I'm just gonna set it up with paper towels, and we'll just let the phone roll.
Hell nah.
I asked you if you gotta go or you gotta go downstairs or something. Wherever you're gonna go, you gotta go. Calm down.
Hell nah.
Please, not today. Just, holy cow. Oh my God.
No way.
Little buddy.
I got chills right now.
Sir, do you need help?
Little buddy.
All right, that was scary and creepy TikTok videos you haven't seen. That was creepy. That was definitely creepy, man. Y'all let me know in the comments if y'all did some of that stuff, typing some of that stuff in y'all phones and all that, and seeing if they, let me know what happened. I'm not experimenting with none of that, man. And also, if you know any creepy, scary TikToks or any conspiracy theory type TikToks, man, send them to me on my Instagram, man. Send them to me. Send them to me. That was creepy, though. That was creepy. Till next time, self-love and positivity. Fire Squad, I got you when you know it. Hey.